And then after level 15, you'll get your hands on one of the best epics in the game in Ugo. So imagine starting an account with Ugo and to go, you can still use the Monkey King promo code as well, all in the download link. And by the way, as I put the promo code section here, if you guys have any new champion requests, epic champions, maybe a legendary in the future for new accounts that you want to see, go ahead and let me know about them in the comments below. PB500 is the promo code, and it's actually not that bad. Not that bad here. Rating on the code because it's been pretty crappy lately with 500 turn and play points. As promised, you get 50 refills, you get, rebattles, excuse me, you get 200 energy and 400k silver. So don't spend it all in one place, and stay tuned for the next video. Like I said, a lot on the agenda today. Much love, and as always, take care, guys. Actually, makes our legends a quickie for you guys to set the table appetizer for today's videos. That's right, there's a lot to talk about inside the game right now, so stay tuned. But for now, I do have a promo code for all players out there. It is a Plarium Play exclusive promo code, which is a bummer, but it is part of this new promotion around adding a free, not really free, because it's Plarium Play, Plarium Points program. As the first card here inside the points program now, which is great because it's a very good epic champion. And I'm going to get you anyways half of the way there in today's video with this promo code. So if you download Plarium Play, by the way, speaking of downloading Plarium Play or Plarium to begin with, I can start you off with two of the best epic champions in the game. Second accounts, new accounts,
secret door. Because while there might not be underground tunnels from the mansion, as far as I know, there were kind of like secret passages like within the house. Like if you went down to the basement and like cut under, you could get to the gym because the gym was like built underground. And that's how I had gone in one way, and then since I was new to the house and saw this cutter, I thought, oh, that must be another, I'll check that out later, I gotta go do whatever. So next time I was in the gym, I'm like, let me see where this other secret passage goes. So I go and I pop the door open, and it was just a really shallow closet that's full of stuff. So I'm like, where did that girl go? I never saw her again. And then Bridget saw an apparition in her room one night. She just got a new puppy, and it was her, her sister, and this other girl were in her bedroom, and they all saw this woman with like stringy black hair with this here in the doorway of the bathroom, and then disappeared. And all three of the girls saw it. Oh, cut my shit out. Like I said, I can't walked out with the stage burning, shit gone. Yeah, that was creepy. I wonder if they had died in there. I don't know if anybody died in there, but I don't feel like if somebody has to die in this house, yeah, I feel like that energy. Well, did you share the room with or did you all have
get the return pad, let's go.
I mean, it depended on how many girls were there at the time. For the most part, girls had their own rooms. I shared a room with Kat when I first moved in, though. For like a couple days, I lived in what would become Bridget's room with one other girl. There were like 3 beds in there at the time. And then I had my own room down the hall. And then I moved into this bedroom. But for the most part, people had their own rooms. I think Bridget just liked having people over. Her room was always kind of like a summer party. I didn't want her to be
You poop now.
I'm not doing Bridget's me too, like I don't get away on her without her. She was like the one other girl I felt like was sane for a while until we started making more friends and stuff. So it's great to have somebody like that. That's kind of like me and her. Yeah, we've been together since the beginning of this shit. That's what I was saying too. Yeah, I think that's what saves you, you know, when you're going through like all this exposure and this crazy wild life. It's like holding on to your friends and your old friends that know you.
Monkey King promo code as well. Download link. And by the way, as I plug up the promo code section here, if you guys have any new champion requests, are you? For today's videos. That's right, there's a lot to talk about inside the game right now, so stay tuned.
22 years. It was just a
which is a bummer, but is part of this new promotion around adding a free, not really free, because it's better
yesterday, and I did one of those posts with like in my story. It's like, happy birthday, Bridget, my partner in crime was, and I'm counting back on like 22 years. Now that baby's going down pretty fast. I mean, there's nobody that I personally follow on. Everybody's saying Jay-Z though. Did he? I'm just saying like, I think that's why people think
What's going on?
Yeah, I saw something where it was talking about him and Beyonce like covering it up.
We're still in 1999.
I don't know what they're covering up.
epics in the game.
I mean, everything's come out, it's open.
Starting an account with Ugo and
He likes his baby. People have asked me to comment like on the tunnels specifically about if there's anything. I never went to any of his parties or anything like that. I think I probably have a picture from somewhere like Austin House at like a nightclub. You know, I've been at like dinners he's at, but when you're around somebody casually, you don't see what is down there going on. It's usually that they're doing, you know what I mean? So it's like freak offs too.
Oh my god,
He bought it in bulk at Costco, but he buys everything in bulk, so that's the defense they're using right now.
That's not that weird. Okay, but what are you going to use that much baby oil for? Yeah, what are you doing? So once a vagina gets involved, like no baby oil, it's so bad for you. I was that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's going to throw off your pH so hard. That's not burn. Are you interested in having hair that goes fast and strong, having visibly thicker volumes, experiencing nose congestion, thicker lashes and brows? Well, let me tell you this. All of this is possible with Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth substitute. Close to about over 1 million people see thicker, stronger, and faster growing hair, less shedding in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Thinning hair is different for men and women, so one size fits all approach. For hair growth doesn't cut it. Nutrafol has multiple formulas for men and women that are tailored to different life stages and lifestyle factors, so you can get just what you need. With a Nutrafol subscription, building your hair growth routine is simple. Purchase online, no prescription needed. Automated deliveries and free shipping keep you on track. Plus, you can save up to 20%. Get results you can run your fingers through. Nutrafol is offering $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and promo code TALKTOIT. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol to help you cooler hair. Nutrafol.com, Nutrafol. Promo code TALKTOIT. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code TALKTOIT. Jesse, how much fun was that Tennessee game we went to last Saturday? Yeah, that was great.
Tilt your head back and I'll clean my liquid
I just love going to live events so much, especially football games. Seriously, let me have fun going to game 5. We should try to get tickets for the next Tennessee game. Oh, can you see who the Titans are playing at home next? I bet Interclub games are fun too. Yeah, good idea, but you know what I love about Game Time? You can see the views from there. That looks perfect. And Game Time also has a new feature. It's called Game Time Tickets. It makes getting tickets for these events so much easier. Oh, I know what you're talking about. It helps split with everything. So you can see all the Yep, exactly. And what's cool about it is, even if we don't want to get these Tennessee tickets now, we can get last minute deals right up to 12 years. And even an hour after it starts. That's great. And we are in LA right now, so what should we do tonight? I'll go on the Game Time app right now. Everyone should go download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use code TALKTOIT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Use code TALKTOIT. TALKTOIT. $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Ryan, what time is it? Game Time.
So the parties at the Playboy Mansion, was there like a strong buffer zone between perhaps a girlfriend, you guys, and like other, like let's say if a pro athlete walked in and he thought you were cute and wanted to talk to you, would security put an end to that right away? You guys started fraternizing or how did that work?
I think so, yeah. I mean, there were some girls who would get around it, or like exchange numbers, just kind of like on the low or whatever. But most guys wouldn't really approach us if they saw that we were at the table with him, so they just kind of knew like that's the boundary. And when people ask me about like, you know, crazy shit I saw at the parties, I didn't see a lot of crazy shit at the parties because you wouldn't think this, but when people were like around and had like religious things at the party, people would beg us a lot because they wanted to be invited back. Yeah, like you kind of have to be at the other end of the party without him to kind of see like the crazy shit. And I'm hoping kind of fun.
Top story,
Yeah, a new study commemorating perhaps its greatest hero ever.
I liked to party. It was before I was invited to some parties, but even then, like, I didn't receive too much. I would never stay that late.
This amateur video
But then I would hear other people
Griffin's
tell me about
heroism in the face of a shadowy terrorist organization.
So how did you get to be like his favorite girl, like his main girl?
I think part of it was just my personality suited his a lot. Like, I like to stay in and watch movies, and, I got really involved in the magazine too. I started working as a photo editor, so we bonded over a lot of, like, common interest things.
Listen, if you've been in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use this AI app instead. That's what I did, and that's how I got this $140,000 check in less than 30 seconds. Listen, I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, if you've been in a car accident, I'm about to turn your world upside down. Because I was in a car accident a few months ago. My car got totaled, and I ended up injuring my arm. It was bad. I had to put work on hold. To make matters worse, of course, the check that insurance offered me was not enough. Wasn't enough to buy a safe, reliable car in this market. But luckily, I was scrolling on my phone late at night, and I came across a video just like this one. So we've all heard of AI before. It's so smart, like too smart. Some say it'll even replace humans, but I had never heard of an AI lawyer before. I found this app called the Case Connect Compensation Calculator. Get this, it's 100% free for anyone. I put a link to it in the description below, so check it out. It uses an AI lawyer that's pretty much at the same level as a Harvard Law graduate. It asks 4 simple questions and instantly compares it to over 10 million car accidents. And then tells you immediately if you qualify for a major cash payout. And the best part, if you qualify, it can connect you to a Case Connect specialist who will get the money for you. Literally don't have to pay a penny out of pocket or lift a finger. That's what I did, and I'm so grateful because this check has helped me get back on my feet, replace my car, and pay off my loans. We all know that AI is already starting to dominate, so why not use an AI lawyer who's like your personal law firm who works for you for free? Hello? It has your best interest in mind, and you'll probably get paid way more than any law firm can get you. So if you've been injured in a car accident and want a major cash payout like I've got here, then use this AI attorney app ASAP. Answer 4 simple questions and see if you qualify for as much as I got here. Click the link in the description. I hope it helps.
Today's video. That's right, there's a lot to talk about inside the game right now, so stay tuned. But for now, I do have a promo code for all players out there. It is a Plarium Play exclusive promo code, which is a bummer, but it is.
Hey, Lois, I found some double-sided tape. I think I can do about 7 minutes worth of funny stuff with it. That should get us to the Meg fishing booth story.
Program is about
kind of lazy,
they added more ag onslaught.
Thanks for letting me borrow your screwdriver. I bet he has a nice
I just want to say how nice it is to be
Well, besides his manipulative ways.
Didn't work out in Virginia.
Would you ever decide to do that again? People ask me that all the time, and it's a weird question to answer because I don't know if they mean, would you just go back and like change it, or would you have to like put your consciousness back in your own body and like go relive it in real time? Because if it was like relive it in real time, I don't think I'd want to do this. There were so many like bad years. Like I got ready when the reality show started filming, but that was about halfway through my time there, and I wouldn't want to like read it again. I would find something else to do. But as far as like going back and changing anything that I don't like or anything I find unsavory, I wouldn't do that because I feel like I learned so much from it and I like bringing it up. I feel like I can make lemonade out of lemons. So, you were still in the house when you started doing your reality show. Guys, what did you think about it? He loved it because he loved attention. He loved being famous. He loved staying relevant. Like, you wouldn't necessarily think that's the case because he was such an iconic person. So you kind of be secure in that. But no, like, he loved going out, getting attention, nightclubs. He just loved all of that. So when the show blew up, he was super into it. In fact, like, orgies and shit stopped because he wasn't looking for like the validation and trying to like get as many nightclubs to do it to get like attention. Yeah, but once he got attention on the show, he was like so happy with that and so busy with that that was kind of like what everything else was about. Did he have a boat or anything? No, he didn't have a boat. Yeah, he wasn't into leaving the house. It was really hard to even get him to travel. Like, we started traveling a little bit for the show, but it was only for the show. Like, it was so hard to get him to travel. Before that, it was only for things like the magazine was having like its 50th anniversary,
they want him in New York, like he'd go. But it was really hard to get him to leave the house.
And he's like mysterious about it. Like he wears like a trench coat or something. I'm like,
No, I can totally see that. Like he always tried to present himself like he was such an open book, and in a way he was, but in a way he wasn't too. Like he had his ways of like, you know, treating people behind closed doors. So yeah, very mysterious.
America has ceased to exist. God,
76.
He's been here 2 minutes and already destroyed America. Hey, I won't say it.
he got around with it, didn't he?
Oh, wait, how do you mean?
Well, I can't say physically because that's you mean like walk down.
Is he able to walk down the stairs? Yeah.
Yeah, no, we can like walk and stuff and like go out to nightclubs and things like that. Like he always complained about back pain and things like that. But I feel like for a 75-year-old, he's pretty young, 75-year-old.
So he took care of himself.
Yeah.
You guys have been shopping.
Yeah, I mean, we were expected to go out all the time. We always wanted different outfits and stuff. And we were given like a clothing allowance of like $1,000 a week. But we also really wanted to save, at least I did, because, you know, I'm young and trying to make a life for myself or whatever. So I'd always go like bargain shopping. Like when they first started filming the reality show, the producer was like, I know, we have to film like a Beverly Hills shopping spree. I'm like, are you going to pay for it? That's not my budget. Like I would always try and save like at least half of everything, and then I'd go shopping like downtown or on Melrose or like really cheap places.
That's smart though.
Yeah.
Any other girls try to save like that?
I think so. I think, you know, Bridget and Kendra were both pretty reasonable. It was more like when I first became the girls that were already there were the ones that would go out and spend more on like designer clothes and stuff. And I'd buy a few nice things here and there, like a purse or whatever. But I also really tried to save and just get creative with my clothes and stuff and buy stuff that I like.
Hey, you can still buy things.
Totally.
Well,
Please, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm
was like that cat skirt up now. I should have.
Yeah, thrifting is so hit or miss.
Why? This is why! Don't know! Hold it!
Delicious $3 steak. Made up of a delicious marshmallow pillow, covered in a chocolatey layer that cracks open to give you a sneak peek, with playful fruity gummies for maximum enjoyment. Paleta payaso. Perfection is already there.
We don't really have a lot of good stores we have like the books that are shit in there. You're like, eat everybody come out. You're like, okay, that's unusual.
I'm assuming the rest of you can't hide. Let's make this easy. Take a vote.
Haley's secret boyfriend.
Yeah, mystery man. I love having a mystery man. I'm talking to somebody right now and I'm keeping him a mystery man.
Who knows? Yes, 9/11.
When did we watch that podcast? I was so enthused. I was sitting there giggling because this girl was asking about your boyfriend. You're like, oh, we broke up 2 weeks ago. You were so nonchalant about it. I was just giggling. I'm like, I need to be like that.
Yeah, well, it was a long time coming. It was like a 5-year relationship that was like really off and on. So by the time we finally broke up, I was pretty like well adjusted about it.
You're like, oh, fuck
Yeah, and we're still cool and like we get along and stuff. So it was a non-dramatic breakup.
how'd you like get out of it?
Just go back
I'm
where you
cheating.
came from.
That's a good excuse.
I got you. I was like,
I was mad about it, but like I was more mad for like the first time. When I found out he cheated, like it happened like a year ago, and like the girl had been done with it for a while, and she was kind of got this like attack of conscience out of nowhere to tell me. So I was more like sad for myself back then, because I was thinking back to that summer and like how in love I was in that summer, and how like we would go on these vacations together, and then like the second my back was turned, it was with somebody else. So I was more like mad about that.
I've been kicking myself in the ass. I thought it was like a relief. I said that second time to the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super busy, so honestly, like making time for a relationship, even if it's like driving 20 minutes to his house, like,
Never mind who I am.
kind of frees up some time to be in your house.
Yeah, you can start reading your book. But you got a new one.
Talking to somebody, we're so much stage.
You got babies too.
I do, I have an 11-year-old and a 10-year-old.
They just best book.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're like such perfect kids. I don't know how I got so lucky. I don't have any drama with them. Just trying to get them to do their homework is like the most dramatic thing.
That is definitely a hassle. I hated doing homework. Don't think I've done it. I get there in class.
Every time you step into that machine, you invite the possibility of
You just get to worry about business. You don't have to worry about nothing. I think so too. Like, I'm so grateful I grew up in Alaska. There's just a lot of like playing in the woods and things like that. You grew up in Alaska? Yeah, what was your childhood like? It was very, very isolated. We lived in southeast Alaska, and by the time I was in kindergarten, we lived in a town, a really, really small town. But before that, we would live in like logging camps. Sometimes didn't even have running water, so it was very little house on the prairie. And then by the time I was 10, we moved to Oregon, which I didn't like as well. That was very, very normal, but like I missed being in Alaska. I missed being in nature and being in this really small town for everybody. But I was like undiagnosed autistic too, so I had a little bit of difficulty relating to people and connecting with people, and somehow like being in a really, really small town just was so much more less judgmental, and being with the same people my whole life was really helpful. So when did you get diagnosed? Just last summer.
Or you can still use
How the diagnosis? Well, you have to do. I did mine over Zoom. I finally found a doctor that did it. So it's really hard to find a doctor that will do it for adults. And we did like 7 different sessions over Zoom, and they do all kinds of like tests on you. And the tests are interesting. It's everything from questions to they'll show you pictures of people's eyes, and you have to tell them what expression you think it is, because sometimes being on the spectrum, you have a really hard time like reading people's faces. And they would do things like they would do an appointment with my ex-husband, an appointment with my mom to get their breakdown on how they had experiences interacting with me, or like what they observed in my childhood or being married to me. So does it affect your daily life or anything? I felt like it did, but I didn't really understand it. I always thought that there was something a little audible, like I didn't understand why I was so introverted or why I would have trouble, interacting with people. I just always thought, well, okay, I'm like different in some ways. I didn't really get it. But now that I understand what's going on, it helps a lot, and I feel like I can adjust my behaviors and kind of like overcome what's going on. Like throughout my whole life, they would say like, oh, make eye contact, and I'd know that's something I was supposed to do, but I never really did it until I got diagnosed. Yeah. For me, it wasn't it was something that when I was getting a divorce a few years ago, my ex-husband was talking to my mom about it, about just some of my behaviors and things, and she said that she always suspected I was on the spectrum. She used the term Asperger's, which isn't like a term people really like to use anymore, but it's a term for like high-functioning autism. And then I looked online and was looking at what the symptoms were, and I thought, this sounds exactly like me, so I became more and more intrigued. And I started talking about it a little bit because when I would, share my story in interviews, I would look back on choices I made when I was younger, and knowing what I know now about being on the spectrum, those choices make a lot more sense. Not that I'm trying to blame my choices on being autistic, but it makes sense that I would feel like I can bond and be in love with like an older person who's really good at like manipulating and working people. Because when I was younger, I felt like I never connected with guys my age at all. So I always felt like, oh, people don't like me, or there's something wrong with me. And now I finally met this man that understands me. But looking back, I think it's just I wasn't connecting because neurologically I'm a little bit different. That's okay though. But once I started talking about that, I thought I really need to get a diagnosis because I'm really responsible. I think I need to be going out and talking about it. And I'm not putting down people who are self-diagnosed because, like I said, it's hard to find somebody who actually does a diagnosis, and I'm somebody who has money and resources and things, and it was hard for me to find somebody. So I'm not putting down self-diagnosis. But I thought for me, if I'm really out there talking about it, I should really get a diagnosis and stuff. You have to get like medicine all free because it's very important.
There's some big root in town, right? So Emirates and the Cup and all the heavy news around.
Union wine at church? No, I mean, not so. For me, that wasn't the treatment. I take Wellbutrin for depression and pretty open about that. Yeah. I like your people shit. Oh, I use that too. I'm all about talking about mental health. Like, I remember not so long ago, a couple decades ago, it was so stigmatized. I remember like 10 years ago, I was dating this asshole guy, and I broke up with him, and I was messaging him to like get some of his stuff back, and he had this
his new girlfriend, I was really jealous and like getting into his phone. And she was like writing me this really mean text, like slamming me. And she's like, because when we broke up, it was like a public breakup, so we said it was because our schedules were different. So yeah, it was the just totally neutral, not just like raging asshole. But this girl, his new girlfriend, like sent me this long text, like slamming me, and then she's like, and I know why you really broke up. It's because you're on antidepressants. At the time, I wasn't even on them. I told him, I confided in that I had one at one time, and that wasn't why we broke up. But that's like him going out and shit talking and trying to make me sound like I'm crazy. Like I was on antidepressants at one point. Like, fuck right off. So I love talking. Actually, I was put you down over that. Like, I would show up to our house like exhausted because they were walking in, and I just want to pound on her ass. Because fuck that. It's just insecurity. That's all it is. Girls just be like,
Japanese
I hope she listens to this. Maybe she'll send you like a letter and all
suicide.
I mean, I hope she's grown up. I was thinking about it Palin recently. I did. Oh, that was sweet. I saw the Bill Maher interview, and I thought, you know, I know for you how new this all is and how intimidating interviews can be. And I just thought it was interesting how, you know, his immediate idea for you was to do a sex podcast. If you wanted to do that, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I think it's interesting how, you know, your viral moment happened to be a funny comment that was related to sex. But because you're a woman, it's like, you automatically are like, well, you should do OnlyFans, or you should do, you know, a sex podcast. But your comment was so normal. It was just such normal girl talk. And I feel like if a guy would have had a viral moment over that, people would have been like, oh, you're so fucking funny. You should do that and that. But I'm like, oh, you would have OnlyFans and sex podcast. So I thought that was like an interesting conclusion to come to. And I just think he could have kept in mind a little bit how much older he was than really more chill, in my opinion. No, he would make jokes about me being poor back when it was okay, so that was a lot of fun.
Did you ever go to the mansion?
All the time. In fact, we joke about it on our podcast. We do a rewatch podcast about Girls Next Door. And every time they show a party montage, they're like, they'll have one of us on that in the restaurant. There were so many celebrities there. And they always kind of show the same people. And it's always like Bill Maher and Paris Hilton are the two that always show up. We just start joking that like nobody's gone to IMDb and like entered it. But if you entered all these guest spots on Girls Next Door, it might rival like this other because it was a lot. I feel like such a dumbass, like, after I talked to him. Nobody told me, like, I tried to hook him up with my granny. No, I looked at me like I was fucking crazy when I was talking to him. And I remember him saying, like, oh, you don't know anything about me. I'm thinking, what, that you're so fucking cool, you only date 20-year-olds? Exactly, and I was like, what does he mean by that? I was like, what's he got against granny? What's wrong with granny, you know? Look to that one, like, younger women. I had no idea.
Didn't take us back to the
And then, like, I had no idea who I was going to talk to. They're like, yeah, it's Bill Maher. How do you say his name? Maher. More. And I was like, oh, okay, this older man, we're going to hear it. Because I'm blended really good with him. I'm not experienced in the shower house. I get there instantly for a spin. I wasn't ready for that. You know, you handled it so well, though. You were so composed and so chill and didn't say anything regrettable. So, congratulations. Fantastic. I was like,
You want to be a problem.
he's like, you want that as well?
Oh my god, quick, grab some money.
And then he gave me a history lecture. I hated history in high school, so I was like,
Bring that in pockets.
alright, wrap it up, Bill. Wrap it up. And it's just me and him. Like, I couldn't see anybody else. I was like, oh, shut up. I guess I can stay cool. Yeah, it's the worst when interviews get awkward because they're long form. Like, I remember back in the day when I used to promote stuff, it would be like 15 minutes max. You'd go somewhere, and then now it's like, if you get stuck in an awkward interview, forget it. Yeah, you're done for you. That's it. Guys, quick reminder. Talk to us about you by Better Picks. Better Picks offers an easier way to win up to 1,000 times your money. All you need to do is make 8 correct picks about your favorite players, and you can turn $1 into 1,000. If you actually pull one song, put a dollar out of your you can turn it into $1. You know that? Download Better and play Better Picks, and enjoy the easiest way to win up to 1,000 times your money. When I was first getting into the industry, like I was 25 when the show first came out, and when back then it was so bad because back then everyone wanted to be Howard Stern, and Howard Stern used to be so raunchy. So you'd have to do these things called radio tours. I don't know if these are still things. I refuse to embrace it. But you're getting up at like 3 in the morning because you have to do the East Coast speed, so you're tired and you're drinking your coffee happy and you're really excited, just come up your shelf, and they pass you into different radio stations and hospitals, every 10 minutes or so. Every 10 minutes or so. And every radio host wants to be Howard Stern so bad, but they're not as funny, and they're not as good at interviewing as when you're like the girls and dating old man, and you look at the Playboy Mansions promoting their like nude magazine issue. Like the questions are so bad, and I feel like I got really good at answering them and, being funny and doing it in a way that I thought Captain Playboy would like and whatever, but it was still pretty miserable and very uncomfortable. So I just hated doing that. Hated it. So that's something you feel like you had to do to get done. That's how you got into it. So I get that. I don't see any reason as to why somebody should do that. You're just trying to get back. It's crazy, especially if I'm coming to the place, like, trying to have a sense of humor about that. Like, they could just go with that, but it's yeah, I've had a few interviews that have made me kind of uncomfortable. Do you remember the Australian one?
Yeah, we cut it in the middle of the interview. Just go back.
Really? What were they saying?
We prepped them, by the way, on what not to do.
Yeah, they weren't supposed to ask me, like, provocative. This man looks at me. We were in our hotel room, and I was like, if you figured out how did you get home, the woman was so kind, and then you had this man who goes, so how many dicks would you say you spit on? Like, that was like, yeah, it's really crazy how people think, Like, just because I crack a joke, like, like, normal to, like, see them talk like that is normal. It doesn't mean you're, like, promiscuous, or you have to be a sex expert, or exactly, like, you have to talk about the rest of your life. It's just so crazy how people react. Things are really famous. Like, you went from Playboy and now we have OnlyFans. Like, it's such a twist. It's so crazy. Like, I was going to say, like, when you got the Playboy uploaded, even Instagram now, is it like OnlyFans? But it would be fully clothed and whatever. I don't know, but still, I thought there was like a catch to it. So I was like, because like, I like the Playboy brand, like clothing wise, like sweatpants and hoodies. I was like, yeah. And I was like, that's probably especially that. Yeah, it's hard to, like, because sometimes even if you're doing stuff that's not new, people see the brand and there's like a stigma to it, so it just depends on like how you want to be perceived and things like that. And just like fanfics, I do fanfics, and everybody's like, oh, you're so that's OnlyFans right there.
This amateur capture Griffin's heroism in the face of a shattering terrorist organization
on my Instagram the other day, and somebody left a comment like, you're still selling your body. I'm like, what's it to you? If that's what you want to know, what you want to post, listen to anybody else. It's so funny. I went to go click their account, which perhaps is locked, and it's one of those accounts where they like obviously use it just so they can make that comment. And it's like unflattering. You know, those guys' parents and I have a lot of those. They're like, you're ugly. Click on their account, and you're like, I guess I followed back and it's supposed to be a cat. Like an anime character.
On the ground,
I'm like, okay, you're like, negative stuff too, so I know it's so like nobody with any more
Next in sports, Arizona Cardinal tackled by his
you have a few interesting videos that I was like reading out loud.
Thank God you
Can you do a cut there, Mr. Fine?
Do you want to read it out loud?
I can read it.
Oh, no, let him read the
Are you upset or you guys?
in the past week,
I prevented 9/11.
How
could that possibly be a bad thing?
And like they have like funny names on them, so I'm like, yes. And so I'm intrigued by them because of the names, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. And I'm like,
One sentence in, I can't read that.
making women fall English in my DMs in the last 2 weeks. Like, I mean,
You know, it's funny when my girlfriends would tell me the wild shit that guys say to them in their head. I was like, I don't know about that, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the dramatic for the story you get. I don't know anyone talks like that. Turns out everyone fucking talks like that. After seeing both of their DMs, it's actually, I kind of hate medical.
That was George W. Bush declaring civil war on the northern states.
There's a guy who like used to send me messages on campus where he's just like talking sexual stuff, and I'm like, I'm not gonna engage with him. The caption of one like that DM, it was his girlfriend's nude. I guess she sent to him, but he sent them to me. He said, "This is my girlfriend, and I want you to see it." I kind of like your girlfriend's cooter over here to me. I just want to see it. That's yours. Keep it to yourself. Why are you doing her like that? You know?
So yeah, that's bad news. That you can never show.
Yeah,
well is I found some double-sided tape. I think I can get about 7 minutes worth of funny stuff. I think that should get us to the next level.
Thank you.
Kind of lazy, huh? Yeah,
I don't think your son's right. Robot is exactly, that's what I said. That's all the streets that
work out in Virginia.
I had no idea for a while during the pandemic. Yeah, it wasn't new or anything. It was just like freezing on taking pictures. But I got to the point where I wasn't really comfortable with it because the kind of like the captions people want to write through or like the account manager was like people just way were starting to get kind of embarrassing and stuff like that. So I stopped doing it. I think it's great that people can now like control their own images and make their own money. I just think for anybody trying to get into that business, they should always keep in mind that like the controls are probably different. I thought OnlyFans is a little bit better than my voice because y'all always couldn't have like a say sorry on this and that and other. But OnlyFans can post this, you can take that down, you don't think it's my game. You can take that down. Yeah, you're running yourself. What the heck?
Joe just be a cyborg.
I did it for 2 years. I thought I could do like I've had a lot of people ask me for code pictures. Somewhere where there's something in the brain where some people it's like almost getting to do with genitals. And this is like one of the fun facts that just stupid repeating because I know I'm not saying it right. So somebody at home look that up. So are you dating anybody that is talking cool? Somebody that's like
The newer medical signal boy who says he's a little
yeah, in the
concentrated nuclear spikes all along the eastern seaboard.
Didn't she used to date this?
17 million people.
Okay, you rolled your eyes. I apologize for rolling out because I'm actually kind of a critic. I think Magic's kind of cool.
Is there anything
Yeah,
you
he's
can do?
the most famous magician. She's like the most famous magician in the world, basically. So one of the most famous magicians.
Did he ever say you like flowers on his coat?
Yeah, what kind of cool shit did he do for his girlfriends when he was like, did he like make like study out disappear or like did he do tricks to do that for you or no?
Not with magic, lots of jewelry and stuff. What's the fun in that?
Yeah, so like fun trade secrets we can know about the
I do know how all the tricks are done, but I don't want to say so bad. Even though like I know people have like rolled it before, like I know a lot of magicians. When I was at Celebrity Poker, this little guy that sat beside me, he was French, he was so cute that I should have drugged him home. I would pay him just like a million $1 a day.
Dude, don't tell guys. You have a problem, by the way, with telling short guys how adorable they are. I hate that. Just so you know.
They're like eye levels, they're like, oh, I just want to like give me a little pat on the head or something.
You ruin their week every time you do that.
I think there's nothing wrong with a short guy. And I get kind of weirded out when you ever see like TikToks where girls are like freaking out like, I've never hit a guy on his ass too. I'm like, calm down. Like, guys can't help it. Like, that's what like if a guy was saying, I would never date a girl less than a sneak up. Like, who would really go fucking gross? Yeah. I thought it's kind of the same thing though, because like women are like, oh, I want to date a short guy, and you got those guys are like, I don't like tall girls. Wow, laundry on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, that's your preference, whatever, but like, you don't like your family connected, and like,
So we've got to go back to this again.
Like, my best friend's sister, she's like, pulling some shit out. I fucking love her. Like, I don't imagine her being like any shorter than that. Yeah, I feel like she looks strange if she was
We're from the future.
She's like, sweet sister. When I was growing up, every girl wanted me to talk that much. Exactly. That's the next. So now, my ex-boyfriend, he's a little bit short. He gets so mad if I were When was it? Was it here? Is it a song? It was one of our songs. I think it was my junior song. I worked with, and I was like, oh, you're this much taller than me. We had a shit. It's like, come on. No,
What you do is fine. It's what you can do that makes things worse.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just looking for the can.
This is why.
Every time we watch the episode, we think of like the crazy stories that happen. So we were like, water bus? No, we did a water bus when I was like in high school. I had like a water bus, and I stuffed it, and then I got my boyfriend, and I was for so long, discovers the deception. And then by the time I was in America, I had my boobs done, so I didn't know that I was
Everybody!
Would you like recommend everybody has an addiction? I had mine done before.
I don't follow what's going on anymore.
He didn't recommend it. Like sometimes if there was like a clinic that came along and tested interested. He might say something like, oh, you know, she couldn't make it if she had her boobs done. He tried to do that once when I worked at the studio, and I don't know, did it hurt anything? Yeah, it does. You know, you wake up and you feel like an elephant sitting on your chest, but yeah, it's not.
Wait, shouldn't it be an even number?
It's never pretty hard to tolerance. That's kind of bad. Things holidays. Oh, this sounds good. I need a butt. Actually, I don't know about the cry.
All the means that you have
Brian, I understand a lot on the agenda today, but
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one you can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Granger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products, and we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call thegranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
I just think they look funny. Yeah, sometimes the BBL doesn't look like it fits on the body. Like there's no like flow between like the butt and the thighs sometimes. Yeah, I'm just a little flat girl. I don't think I look right on me.
Where are the other two Western?
Yeah, I also think like natural's coming back. Like I just know it as a guy, all I said as like DC, I don't know, maybe like 5-6 years ago, we saw a group of girls in BBL walking to the restaurant and shit like that. Now when we see that, like, oh my god, again, another BBL, it's like enough already. Like, where's your real ass? Like, that's like the real stuff is making us way back.
I like men think like that, but me personally, if I'm walking down the street and I see a girl with a big ass on, I'm gonna bet it than way. I'm like, and she knows exactly what I'm talking about. Every time I do that, she'll turn and look. She's like,
Is it gonna hurt?
yeah, I'm gonna bet it. So what was your best and worst memory from Lynch? It's so hard to narrow it down. I feel like I'm gonna say what I think they are, and then an hour from now I'm like, no, it wasn't that, it wasn't that, or some fans come up and be like, you lying bitch. You said this was your best moment 2 years ago. So most people think that. Okay, so considering that could be multiple, I think one of my best memories at the mansion, I mean, one was working at the studio. I got to direct the tutorials for computers, and that job was so fun and so rewarding, and everyone I worked with was so amazing.
Sorry guys, I'm having to gang and eggs to watch the game.
Let's
unplug the TV.
I had like a rare moment to play. Like one of the trips I was talking about was Bridget's sister Anastasia was turning 21, so we took her on this like road trip. Got to California and to San Luis Obispo, stayed at the Madonna Inn, and everybody got wasted, and it was so much fun. So those are some of my favorite memories. Worst memory I would say is like anytime there was like weird sex with like the girls I didn't get along with. It was so awful because like picture this horror story. You're like naked having sex and there's people around you who are like you can hear them talking shit about you and like talking about your body and talking about just it's and their body shit. Yeah, you better than me. I probably put that bitch in there. I'm like, oh, yeah, now you're not gonna fit it. There's a lot of high school for sure. There's a cover. So you had to wait around girls that were mean to you and hadn't had like sex together. Yeah. But you hated it still. Yeah. You were the one so fast from you were the one so fast. It's kind of traumatizing. It's one of those things you go into and like, you know, when I was 22 I just thought I could handle anything and like I was this badass and you know, I should be able to like have sex like a man and nothing matters and nothing hurts your feelings, but I just got in so way in way over my head. It was just
Don't tell the other dogs.
You are, you're a badass. Yeah, I think that's like, it shaped you who you are being right now. 100%. I learned so much. I had to go off the arm of this tree like 10 times.
Anything to find it.
Well, if you could hold it, I thought you were a really good person.
I remember the exact day. February 31st, 1999.
Oh, that's easy. The M&M will put you this way, and the government has programmed me to like be a spy who's also like a sex partner, and I have handlers I don't know about. I mean, maybe they brought me into like you know, I have to say that. You know that brown guy got me, and it said I was a Ukraine soldier, and I think I saw this. And they're like, yeah, she's got a fake accent. that rumor was just something I came across online at some point, and this was like 10 years ago when I first saw it, and I clicked on some link, and then the link I clicked on was supposedly like all the details about like all the clues as to why I'm an MK Ultra Beta slave, and I have Disney princess programming, whatever that is, and I was raised in Alaska on purpose because they had to be isolated away from other people, and my name is Holly because in pagan religions the holly tree is like something that like protects you from evil. Like that's why there's like a whole lore behind it. Like Harry Potter's wand is made of holly. So there's like a whole. They named it Hollywood. They named it land Hollywood because the lady was from pagan. So it's like there's all this lore. So when I click on the link, it's going to tell me more lore, and then it says your IP address is going to block you from seeing this, and I'm like, you blocked me from seeing this lore. My thing is, you have so much time in your day to come up with shit like that. And it's so like twisted to like into detail. I'm like, people want to believe the conspiracy so bad that they're like the Playboy phone to God. There's a conspiracy theory every day. We live in a goldfish bowl. You know what? I don't necessarily believe that like aliens. Have you ever seen Tucker Carlson talk about like how he knows the scoop on aliens? But he's like not. I became like kind of obsessed with Tucker Carlson because I would see him on my FYP and I would just see short clips of him saying, you know, the aliens, I was briefed on the aliens, but it's so disturbing and it like rocked people to the core, so I can't tell anybody, which is giving me the impression like he thinks he's the only person that can handle this knowledge, so then I kind of became like fascinated with him. But like people have this theory that like we're really a breeding ground and our emotions are like an energy source for certain aliens and we're like an ant farm experiment. So the goldfish bowl things could be things. You know how we see a goldfish like better yet, see you know, you can just look at them in their bowl and whatever, it's not outside the bowl. It's outside space, but there's something else there, and we're just not the big goldfish down. That's so cool. So is it hard exposing people and dealing with backlash? Yeah, I mean, backlash was really harsh because my book came out in 2015 before the Me Too movement was mainstream and people didn't really understand why I would be talking about like the casting couch being problematic or why I would be talking about like emotional abuse or narcissistic relationships because people weren't really talking about that in the mainstream so much back then. So the backlash was crazy, but also as far as people who were in that world, like I knew that nobody in that world was ever going to speak to me again except for like a handful of close friends. Because even before I wrote my book, like if I would be on social media and I would say something that was just kind of neutral about my COVID experience and wasn't like hyping it up to the gods, people would get to see it or unfollow me, people from that world. So I'm like, I just don't even right. I might as well just tell the truth. They're going to have something to say with all those people today. So I think people did whatever people say. I thought you needed to expose a little bit more so everybody understands where you're coming from. Yeah, because it was like every day people would come up to me and ask how fast you missed the mansion. Oh my God, are you so sad? You're not there. Kind of a thing. And I would always like say nice things. I was going to do, oh, everybody's good, everybody's fine. But it gets to a point when you have to do that every day and you're living a lie, kind of. It starts to make you sick. And I was just like, I just have to like tell people how it is. And nobody came up to me asking. I was like, good, I left you alone about it. You said, I'm straight. What's your relationship like with your family when you're in the house? Oh, I wanted to ask that too. When I was in the house, I really told my family what was going on. Like I told them I had moved in there and they didn't really know what I was doing. I kind of left it vague. And then Kat had bought me a car, and then my dad flew down to like take my old car back up because they wanted to a friend. And I was giving a tour of the mansion, and it was during the day, Kat was in the office and goes, oh, so does Kat actually live here?
Ryan, you might as well come out now. He knows everything.
No, Dad! So we never really talk about stuff like that because after getting in that relationship, like I said, I was in over my head, and it was a relationship that I wasn't entirely comfortable with. Even when the reality show cameras started filming, I wasn't really comfortable with the idea of doing a show because I'm like, even though I've been here a couple of years, like, I don't even know how I feel about this relationship. I don't really want to blast it. Yeah. And even if you would hold your friend, I thought they would have, like, got it. I mean, they know that way, right? Yeah. So it was their reaction.
Unlocking new world of efficiency. Super solid. Automated workflows so your team can have your follow up and more follow on. Try for free today at asana.com.
Wood forest populations are thriving in Colorado. This is a biologist from Colorado Parks and Wildlife. I see success stories like these every day. Learn more at ColoradoWildlifeCouncil.org.
Dude, what's going on? I know.
So much of the time machine can take us back. It's so awkward. I know it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. My friends will be like, so what was it like? I'm like, well, everything you can imagine. Yeah, that's about all I can say.
And yet you were allowed to fly up.
Now, if you talk like a clear friend, except for show up and tell me, but now you're saying like, oh, I can blast it to a on a podcast to 2 million people.
Yes, it is.
One more question. Yes, one moving bit. Go crazy. Well, people are crazy. You know what's funny is,
That's going to be a
because this one time, I don't know if I'm going to narrow it down to one more, but there was this one time where I was throwing a birthday party for Bridget, and somebody told me that there's this thing called, like, it's kind of like back in the day, they used to do this thing called Tupperware parties, where people would come over and they would sell housewives of Tupperware and show them, like, oh, you can buy, you know, this container for your food, and I know it sounds so weird, like so but the way they would describe this back then is like this is like a Tupperware party for sex toys. So I thought, how funny if that would have been this party, and that's actually what we filmed for the pilot of Girls in the Tower, so like we really want to show for it. And so these people came and showed us like all these sex toys and like things you can buy, and like this is like what you put on your asshole to make it numb, and just all this weird shit. But there was this book they had, and it was a book, there was like 100 different sex moves, and it was like crazy tips and stuff, like this is how you make it feel like you're having your threesome, even if it's only with you. And I tried looking for this book, and I forget what it's called, I can't find it anywhere. So I'm like, I could use a refresher course. And don't even try to search for it, like try to search for it, and then search for like sex tip books from like the 2000s. The ones you will find are so cringy, and I swear to God, I'm not talking about any of those. It's like has cringy stuff in it. But there was this one book that I swear had like really good shit in it. Was Halo into sex toys?
You to 24 months in
Yeah, I mean, he had quite powerful shit. Oh no!
Points program is about.
I mean, did you get to use them on you? I think we did back in the day. I never tried to use sex toys on him. I'm like, come here, let's just do it over here.
Which is great.
Alright, fine.
Oh, thank you for coming. You're welcome.
There, now I get
Did I miss it?
Hey, I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you haven't gotten yourself any, talk to him. Be sure to click the link in the description below so we can tag me and talk to her while you're watching the episode. And let us know what you think. And before you go, don't forget, subscribe to that thing.
And then after level 15, you'll get your hands on one of the best epics in the game in Ugo. So after starting from house,
You guys did this! You guys did this! Talk about
If I was to walk upstairs and see you going on, I'd be like, picture this horror story, like naked, having people around you who are like, talking about you. Was he doing this? Yeah, I mean, it's like, should we talk about like the alleged trafficking tunnels that we were talking about on Talk to a 24, get out and vote, and then you had this man who goes, Daddy! So you say you spit on, I was like, I am, there you are. Can you name every single subscription you have? I know I can't name all mine. I just found that over 74% of people have subscriptions I forgot about. With Rocket Money, I don't have to know what subscription. Well, what is about for you?
What the hell
Because I can see them all laid out right in front of me. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel unwanted monitor your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can start saving. See all your subscriptions in one place, and know exactly where your money's going. For any you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them with just a few taps. And also, you know the best part? You can get alerts when bills increase in price. There's unusual spending activity, or if you're going close to over budget. Rocket Money has over 5 million users, and it saves over $500 million. Saving members up to $740 a year. Using all that premium spending. Stop wasting your money on things you don't need. Cancel your unwanted subscription by going on to rocketmoney.com/talk2. That's rocketmoney.com/talk2. Today we have Frankie, and then we got Apollo, and then Miss Alva Madison.
starting an account.
I love having the dogs here. It's so zen vibe.
Time to
It feels like a home. It does. Don't put your shoes on my phone.
Section here.
Wait, we gotta give her her gift. Oh, what did I get? Actually, I almost forgot.
Nobody knows
Oh my God,
about
that's so
David.
cute.
This is information that nobody knows. Travel. Tell them to ground every plane out of the East Coast.
I love it. Underscore 24. Yeah, well, it has nothing on there, but it has on there.
Wow.
Yeah, my Donald Duck hoodie with
Coming up next in sports, Arizona Cardinal Matt Tillman tackled by his
Donald. I love it. Yeah. I just saw something you have. It's like
Good
a,
job stopping those
what
terrorists.
was it, Playboy Martins?
tried to-
Yeah. I just watching that. I'm so curious. Yeah, I love doing that show. I love telling the stories. We just cover a bunch of murders. It's kind of within the Playboy world. Like, it's such a big company. There's so many people that work as bunnies in the clubs across the country. So you're going to find some stories. It's kind of scary, though. It is very scary because every story is so completely different. You know, the murders have, you know, some of the people you talk about that were in the Playboy world were the perpetrators, some were the victims, and we're reporting the third season now. So it's like, there's so many stories. Did you ever get scared while you were there?
Yeah, probably couldn't exploit people.
Not about things like that. When I was there, it was more like drama, and it was a lot of competition and a lot of like weird rules, like you couldn't leave the house after 9 o'clock and things like that. So it got really depressing for me. So it was more like that kind of a thing. I felt safe inside the mansion, like there's security and property and things like that. So I didn't feel like I was doing
See, Brian, this is exactly what I was
good. Yeah, I understand. So, I know you could have like a few girlfriends. Were you allowed to have like a boyfriend or anything? No, that was totally against the rules. Most of the girls did though. I think Bridget and I were the only ones who didn't. We just weren't interested in dating around, but everybody else kind of did on the side and kept it on the down low. Yeah, but you get tips and found out. Like there was right before I moved in, there was a girl who was having sex with one of the butlers. There was this living room that was turned into a movie theater, like the big screen would come down from the ceiling, and there was this like tiger print couch behind it, and she was having sex with this butler on the couch, right? And so that was a big drama and scandal. And then none of the girlfriends were allowed to like fraternize with the butlers after that. Like we were supposed to like hang out in the pantry or like talk to them too much. Well, that happened in
Virginia.
people would get kicked out. And when I first moved in, I would see people, like somebody left to go like visit their family, but then another girl out of the house and no, she's really sending a boyfriend. So all of a sudden the room just got packed up in boxes and like sent out the back door, like wasn't allowed in. It was like this big, like shameful drama, you know, in that community. And it was like, she's gonna get like DNA, which stands for do not admit, but I didn't know that because I was brand new. And I was like, DNA? Like I just swapped her DNA. What was I doing with it? So it just seemed so, I was 22, I moved in there, and everything just seemed so dramatic and crazy. And then I got to the point where I was terrified of like being kicked out at any moment. I didn't really have anywhere to go in LA, so it was just a whole like whirlwind. I'm not going to ask you this because like I would have assumed like all the girls like stuck together and they had each other's backs. Did they like kill on each other? 100%. It got better over the years. Like it got to the point where there were only 3 girlfriends instead of 7, and I really started to be initiative because, you know, anytime somebody would want to test for playmate of the month, they would stay in the guest house, mansion, and then they'd come out with us and stuff. So it got to the point where